Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next edition of the LMScast podcast. Today, we're talking about marketing and how in the world we can help you get your knowledge out into the world. My name is Joshua Millage. I'm joined here with Chris Badgett. And Chris, let's just get right into it, man. Let's get tactical. Where do we start spreading the knowledge that we've created and put into our LMS system?
Well, you have a couple of different options there, and I wanted to get into some specific strategies that you can use to grow. One is to just think about syndication. So what that means, syndicate means, is to get your information out through more channels, through more places. So even with a WordPress LMS website, if you're new or you don't have a large audience, you may want to leverage other audiences as well, even if you take a little financial hit. And this is something I still do to this day. When I produce a gardening course, I also publish it on udemy.com to get that course out to a broader audience. So that's one way that I push my course content out into the world and look at these other platforms as satellites around my WordPress LMS eLearning site as kind of the central hub. And my ultimate goal is to get people onto my platform, but I'm more than happy to go to these other locations and engage with people and deliver LMS content over there as well. That's
awesome. That's really cool. And I think that's the thing is there's always this balance between free and paid content, and I think that going to different hubs where knowledge is being shared that's similar to yours and interacting there and sharing there and then coming back, pulling people back into your site is a really good idea. So, you talked a little bit about in the pre-interview about taking on a publisher mindset. What do you mean exactly by publisher mindset?
A publisher mindset just means that it's okay, this is like a mindset shift for you, that you don't have to do it all. You don't have to be the developer, the marketer, the e-learning expert, the subject matter expert, the entrepreneur. You don't have to do all those roles yourself. You certainly can, but you can bring in other people, and I think in the internet marketing space, Brendan Burchard popularized this concept of you can be the role model, which is like, it's me, I'm the expert, or you can be the researcher, and you can connect the dots, but bring in another expert or a collection of experts to publish content, and e-learning content in this case. So you can still be a leader even if you're not like the front person. And this is not a new concept. If you look at the book industry, there's a lot of famous authors out there, but they wouldn't be here if they didn't have a relationship with a publisher. Sure, you can growth hack that these days with self-publishing and things like that.
Right.
But if you take on the role of the publisher, and I do this with my WordPress LMS site, Organic Life Guru, where my wife has a course on there, so we're the publisher and the expert. But we also went and we found all over the world some of the best people in that niche to create courses with, and we would go to their workshops and film them, or set up a private session where they present on a topic, and we capture that content and become a publishing platform for them and work out a revenue share. And what happens there, which is really interesting, is with subject matter experts, they may not necessarily be as highly developed as a marketer, as an internet person, as a e-learning person. So you're both stronger for coming together. And what they often have when you connect with certain subject matter experts is they already have an audience. So they may have spent their entire life building up this audience, and then they send them to the product on your platform. So it's a very interesting model to think like a publisher. And even if you're just publishing your own content and it's all you, I would recommend that you try to get in the habit of shifting hats. Like, am I in subject matter expert teacher mode here, or am I thinking like a publisher? Because it's kind of a very different mindset.
Yeah, and I like that when you think like a publisher, it's not all about you, it's about the group, and it's about creating like a community and content that benefits the group. Where if you're thinking as a solopreneur, sometimes we can get egotistical and like, well, it's all mine. but that's not always beneficial, and that can kind of leave you isolated. When you think like a publisher, you can bring in this person over here and this person over here because we're publishing for a specific segment of people. I really, really like that. I think that's a very powerful mindset to adopt. So, Chris, when it comes to the free and paid ratio of content, LMS content, what do you find is a good ratio, or how do you think through what to give away as well as what to charge for?
Well, there's a saying in internet marketing, I think it was either Eben Pagan, I think, popularized the concept, but it's called moving the free line as a way to do better marketing and get more trust up front, and also just adapt to the changing world where people, they just want a lot of results in advance. The best way that I think about that is that I just take the classic 80-20. I would say make 20% of your best content free, and then you can lock down the other 80% if you're in a model where you're trying to generate income from your LMS. The way to do that, you always want your introductory sales video to be wide open. You want the first intro lesson to be wide open and available. And you want to take what I would say is like the best 1 or 2 or 3 or however many get you up to that 10 to 20% threshold and make that content for free. That does a lot of things. That free content, now if it's video content, you can also put it on YouTube. It can go viral there. You can have it on your site, and if there's more than video and there's text and maybe some downloadable materials with that lesson, you're now opening it up, you're building trust, you're giving people a sneak peek, and you're also giving the search engines an opportunity to index your information because it's not locked behind a paywall or a membership gate. So there's a lot of benefits by being very generous. Another way to think about that is to do an entire course that's free. Let's say the introduction, and then the advanced version is a premium course. So you give away an entire course for free and get people used to you, build trust, and then you can sell them the more advanced version.
I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. Well, I think we're gonna have many more episodes about marketing tactics and tips, and I think this is just the start of a long progression, a long series of these. But I think we want to keep it short today to give everyone enough time to go implement some of these ideas. If you have any questions about marketing or want to ask any questions, I would love to chat, and you can reach me at joshua@lmscast.com, or you can reach out to Chris at lmscast.com. And of course, we've got this awesome plugin coming out in the next few weeks. Chris, can you tell them a little bit about that plugin and what that's all about?
Yeah, lifterLMS is a WordPress LMS plugin that basically gives you the tool to create a site that is an e-learning website that you can charge for or use for education-based marketing or sell courses and that sort of thing. But the thing that happens is we're going to give you a powerful tool in this premium plugin to create an e-learning website, but that's really step 1. Step 2 is marketing it. Yep. And if you're really on the ball, you need to be thinking about, before you even build it, start thinking about the marketing strategy.
That's awesome. Well, on that note, get out there, get marketing, and let us know how it goes. We'll talk to you next week.